The President of the United States, the highest office in the land. An elected official who makes some pretty important decisions that affect young people. Even when most of the country doesn't quite agree with him. Who chooses our president? Since 1971, U.S. citizens as young as 18 years old have been eligible to vote, but not enough of them are exercising this constitutional right. In 1972, about one-half of voters 18 to 24 years old went to the polls to choose their president, and the youth turnout declined after that, except for a spike in 1992, but it seems to be on the increase again. In fact, in 2004, 5 million more young people voted for president than in the 2000 election, but the number of young people who voted for president is still well below the 66% of citizens 25 years and older who voted in 2004. Today's presidential candidates seem to understand that young people can play an important role in helping to get them elected.
I know some of these college kids are going to talk about this. Let's finally make a college degree affordable and available to every single American.
If you're worried about going to college and how you're going to pay for it, I think you'll decide that John Edwards has the best plan.
My candidacy and my presidency will be about education for all. So every young person will be able to have a fully paid college education at any public college or university, tuition free, with the plan that I have introduced in this race.
They hold their debates on college campuses. They campaign on YouTube. They connect with students on Facebook and become their friends on MySpace. And when asked, the candidates have a lot to say to young people.
What would you tell the young voters who are voting for the first time how to select the right president?
I think it's really important for young voters to make the same determination that older voters do, and that is, who is it that understands what your life is like and is addressing the problems that face you.
I mean, we need a president who understands what people go through to try to get their kids to school, what people go through in trying to pay the bills for health care.
That the youth of this country are fed up with politics as usual. They can see through the hypocrisy. Everybody, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, when in point of fact, the youth of this country know they can't deliver unless there's a fundamental change takes place.
Well, I think the young people right now are responding very favorably to the message of limited government, personal liberty, economic liberty, getting rid of the income tax, getting out of Social Security, as well as a foreign policy that won't mean that they have to go overseas fighting these no-win wars.
Congressman, here's what I would tell young people, and I would ask them to think about. Go for the party that stands for freedom.
I think they need to think about who will be honest with them, who will tell them the truth, even sometimes when the truth is a little bit unpleasant.
I want you to live in a world where there's a lot more cooperation, nations working together to solve the problems of energy and healthcare, the environment, these issues. An American president in the 21st century has got to lead in that way. And so all of these questions we talk about are really designed for you and your generation.
Are young people today following the presidential election? Are they registering to vote? Are they learning about their choices? Christine, have you been following the 2008 presidential election?
Not really.
And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Are you registered to vote yet?
No, but I'm in the process of doing that.
Do you plan on voting in the next presidential election?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm busy.
This is because I don't have the time, really. Because I'm really busy at school.
Have you been following the 2008 presidential election?
Vaguely. Not really, though.
No, not really.
Yes, I am.
Somewhat.
Try the best I can.
You plan on voting in the next election?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know.
So how are virgin voters choosing their next president?
It's a good question.
Well, I'm obviously going to vote with who I think will bring about the most change in a positive way, that will help America rather than helping other countries before us, because our people are obviously what's most important if we're going to keep our country alive.
I like to look at character and judgment rather than their actual stance on the issue, since that frequently changes.
It's really about what they've done before they're running for president.
I'm going to look at past things that they've done within administration, within the government. I'm going to look at stuff they've been doing now.
I just want to select someone that seems honest and looks like they're going to accomplish, what they say they're going to do.
You have to look for principles and consistency, especially in voting records. Some politicians have no vision whatsoever.
I definitely want to look at all of their political ideology and see if it reflects my personal ideology and find a candidate that will best represent what I want.
So what issues are important to young people?
A lot of the issues I've been interested in are not necessarily going to be ballot winners for those candidates, but what I'm primarily interested in is let's think, environmental issues, equal rights issues in regards to the LGBT community.
For example, our Earth is very important to me.
Anti-war, healthcare reform, and working on social welfare programs, and just general taking away from the rich and giving to the poor, and freedom.
I mean, this whole country is falling apart because the system is bad. We need public financing of elections and universal health care.
Taxes.
I think child health care needs to be addressed. And really, I guess our economic situation, that we're a lot in debt, really needs to be addressed as well before we're spending a lot of money working overseas.
Gay rights, abortion.
Abortion rights.
Social Security.
I'd say defense and education and taxes.
The environment is principle, and the war. Those are the two main issues for me.
We need complete withdrawal from Iraq.
The war.
War in Iraq, mostly.
As far as with the wars.
Well, the war in Iraq.
Just helping the country overall. We pay attention to the world, but we don't pay attention to ourselves. So I think that's what's important now.
And what would young people like the candidates to say to them?
Well, I want them to say what they mean.
The truth.
Always stay active and not necessarily think that being active is just by voting, but actually being involved and taking the footsteps necessary to be maybe one day in their position.
I think he should acknowledge that we're the future.
I would like him to give us hope, man, because we're in a dark time. We've been taken down the wrong path, and I think we came up in a time that's been hard on the youth of America, you know what I mean?
I think they definitely need to try and gather the vote from young people. There's a lot of apathy among college students, and they need to try and rally the vote and rally political activism and try and rid college campuses of this apathy.
Even though many college students may not care, we young people do have the power to elect our next president. So on election day, get out there and vote.